crazy.
Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today in the building, it's just three of us today. It's only me, DC, and our boy Steven running things like always, man. What's up, DC?
What's going on, Fredo, man? It's Thanksgiving week, and we know what's going to happen this week. It's going to be one of the greatest weeks of the year for us football fans. We'll get it tonight, Thursday, Friday, and then some on Sunday. So looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, man, that's right, man. I totally forgot that we're going to have that Black Friday game against the Chiefs and Raiders, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. So the boy Jerron couldn't make it today. He wasn't feeling too well today, but hopefully he gets better, and hopefully he gets back here by next week, DC. DC, man, basically week 12 on the wraps. We only got one more game tonight with the Ravens and the Chargers tonight. They call it the what game? The Harbaugh game. Yeah, man. So you got the two brothers going at each other today. So what are your thoughts on that game for tonight, DC?
I'm taking the Chargers to pull this off tonight. I think the Ravens are going to be missing their linebacker in the middle, so that's going to make a difference with that run defense. So I'm going to take the Chargers tonight, man. It should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. For that one as well, I'm taking the Chargers. I remember Jerome was the only one that he took the Ravens on that one. But yeah, DC, man, let's go ahead and jump into that Thursday night game, man. Thursday night game right here. We had the Steelers, man, and the Browns. What a Thursday night game to kick off Week 12, man. And it was crazy, DC, because in the beginning of the game, the field was green. And by the second half, it was all white, man. But what a performance, man. Steelers were the favorites to win this one, man. But the Browns came up with this divisional win and took it, man. Final score 19-24. The Browns get this W. Now this puts the Browns at 3-8, and they're still last in their division. But the Steelers now are 8-3, still holding down that number one spot in their division, depending on what happens tonight with the Ravens, if they win or not. So I'm pretty sure the Steeler Nation is going for the Chargers to give them the upset on this one. But player of the game right here, DC. To you, who you think outperformed, had a solid game in this game?
For the Cleveland, when you look at it, it looks like Russell Wilson, but it really didn't, because he just had four massive, pretty 20-plus yard plays that made it look like that. But Myles Garrett, man, was for me the player of the game. They went in there. The Browns went to that game, and they just took it from the Steelers. And this is a game that I feel like the Steelers really needed with the way their schedule is set up. Yeah. And, of course, they got this team again in 2 weeks. But like I say, Tomlin made some questionable calls. There's some things he did that I didn't think he would do, and then I think it came back and cost him in the end. But all the numbers say that the Pittsburgh Steelers should have won. Yeah. I mean, I think they got like 3 turnovers, multiple sacks. In some reason, they still found themselves on the losing end. Cleveland was 1 of 10 on third downs. So that's telling me you're giving the ball back to the Steelers a whole lot. So the Steelers still got some work to do on this offense. Like I say, it would have been a lot more ugly had Wilson not hit those 4 deep passes that he did hit. Yeah. It could have got really out of hand. But shout out to the Browns, man. They ain't quitting. They got Jameis in the house, and Jameis is going Jameis, man.
Yeah. So you saw that little speech he had before the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Like it's really hard not to like that dude.
I'm telling you, man.
But man, he makes football entertainment. He's like a special gift, for football lovers. Just the things he says, man. You know, it's like I know he has a good meaning behind everything he says, man, but it's like sometimes it's hard, he's a lovable character, but overall, it was a hell of a game. But DC, so you saw that comment that what's the name? The defensive player from the Browns. What's the name?
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett said that he's the better defensive player on the field on that day. Do you agree with that?
Like he was that day. He was that day. But I'm telling you, those two guys, they're one in each, man. I'm not gonna just say he's better than Watt or Watt's better than him.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday, those guys, they can control one side of the ball,
Yeah.
even though they're on one end of the line. It's just amazing how good they both are.
Yeah.
So, but it's just that night he had the better night. And you might come back another week and you see T.J. Watt do the same thing when Cleveland comes to Pittsburgh in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It may be a totally flip flop. Yeah. Those guys are 1A, and 1B, man. Those guys are great.
Yeah, T.J. Watt didn't have much in that game. He had no sacks, but Myles Garrett, he had 3 sacks in that game right there. So, and overall, there was 4 sacks from the Browns, and there was only 1 from from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
But it's like Cleveland's defense just looked way much better that day.
It's a
man.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
So back to the Steelers, man. So Steelers now 8-3 DC. Do you feel like the Steelers got humbled in this game right here, man?
Yeah, ain't no doubt. It was definitely a wake up call. Like I said, they finna have to play the rest of their division. They hadn't played any division games up until this point. So the rest of their season is gonna be filled with Ravens and the Bengals. And those are teams that they're gonna put some points up.
Yeah.
And them Steelers are gonna have to figure out a way to put some points up on these guys, but it's gonna be tough for them, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna
absolutely.
be tough. But they better stay the course because they can very easily slip. And next thing you know, they're in the wild card versus hosting a game. Especially if Baltimore finds a way to pull this game out tonight. And next thing you know, we got a whole nother story of what the division looking like.
Yeah, well, for sure. All right, DC, you got anything else from this game right here, man?
Yeah,
No?
good.
Man, let's jump on into the next game, man. Next game, we have the Patriots at the Dolphins, man. Divisional game right here. Final score 15-34. So this game right here, man, puts the Patriots at 3-9, last in that division. So this puts the Dolphins now at 5-6, second in that division. And DC, it's funny that last week we questioned, we're like, where's Waddle at this year? Where he's been at, man. And it's funny, bro. He was the player of the game for this one right here, man. 8 catches, 144 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my boy, man. And also, man, Tua, wow, man. He threw for 40, completed 29, 317 yards and 4 touchdowns. Sheesh, have a day, my boy, man. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Man, Miami did what they needed to do. They're in emergency mode. They must win the rest of their games. They can't afford to lose any of them. So the defense played like hell. They only gave up a total of like 260 yards. Tua comes out. He's looking like the old Tua. The whole offense is just rolling right now. And he found him a new toy in Jonnu Smith. So that's going to definitely be a game changer. Once they get Tyreek Hill rolling and they slip in the playoffs, they may make a little noise. But the problem with them is they can't go to the cold places and win. That's going to be their problem right there.
Yep.
If they have to end up in somewhere like Baltimore or Buffalo, it's going to be a problem for them. But other than that, they're looking really, really good, man. And I'm glad to see Waddle get back into action because he was MIA for them not all of the season. But HN is the new running back one in Miami. The things that they're doing with him, man, he's just anywhere on the field, he can take it to the house.
Yeah.
So I think they found something, and I think they're only going to get better from this point on, man.
Yeah, speaking of running game with Miami, man, they only had in total 65 total yardage combined with all, it looks like 7 people, including Tua, that were running that game. You know, it wasn't much what they put. But in the air, 317 yards.
There you go.
Hey, that ain't bad right there. But you also going to need balance, man. But you could tell this was a pickup game for the Dolphins. And what better way to do it against your divisional rival, the Patriots, man. But overall with the Patriots, man, like, was there anything that caught your attention, DC?
No, they're just a team that's still with a lot of holes to fill. I think Drake May, he's going to be okay, but they just got some more players to put around him. But outside of that, this is what we kind of expected them to do.
Yeah. Okay. All right, DC. So Anything else from this game right here, bro?
No, just want to see what the Dolphins are going to look like going forward.
Okay. All right. So next game, man. We have the next game right here with Cowboys and Commanders. This game right here, man, it was a good one right here. Unexpected, this one right here. Final score 34-26 Cowboys going on the road. This is another game right here, DC, that, we thought that the Commanders were going to have an easy rolling against with it, man. But any given Sunday, my boy, you never know. All right, so this right here puts now the Commanders at 7-5, still holding down that number 2 spot. And the Cowboys 4-7. I thought they wanted to tank. So they're gonna be right in the mix right there, man. Like I know, I don't know how Jay feels about this, man, but I know he was all embracing the tanking this year. He wanted a top 10 pick coming up, man. But total yardage, man, for the Commanders. Now this is what's crazy, DC. They had 412 in total yardage, while the Cowboys had 332, almost 100. So that'd be like 80 yards, 80-ish more. But the Cowboys had more time possession with 35 minutes, while the Commanders had 24. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
And the Cowboys defense, this may be the best game they've played defensively all year. I know they gave up the big play to McLaurin, but Micah Parsons, he was a problem out there.
Yeah.
And the guy was all over the field. These guys, these two teams scored 41 points in the fourth quarter alone. And I was just looking at it, I'm like, man, they ain't gonna do too much scoring. But all of a sudden, the fireworks let go in the fourth quarter, and man, it was exciting to watch. Man, I was going back and forth between the Texans and the Titans, and back and forth with this game. So, but it turned out, man, very exciting games, and they held Jaden Daniels in check. He only had like 80 yards throughout the first 3 quarters. And he's out there. It's like he kind of regressed in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's something with Kingsbury play calling, or they say his ribs could still be hurt, but I don't believe that because I watched him sling the ball down the field. People with hurt ribs can't do that. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. If they don't watch it, they're going to mess around and slip out of the playoffs, and you'll have somebody else slide in that spot. So they got some work to do themselves and to get back to where they started out the first part of the season.
Yeah. So you think he was rushed in too back, Daniels?
No, I don't think he's rushed too back. I just think that some people are starting to get a hold of Kingsbury offense, defensive wise.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like Micah's like one of those guys we just talked about with Watt.
Yeah.
Man, hey, any given Sunday, he can make your life miserable by himself when you start to move him around all over the field. So, yeah, Washington better be careful.
Yeah.
If not, they're going to find themselves out of the playoffs. The defense is starting to look like it was in the first part of the season. It was just terrible. Then they started to revert back to that also.
Yeah, man. Parsons, man. He had 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 3 QB hits.
Yes.
So he made his presence known that day, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So we got a comment here from both of them from Jay. He said, all the concussions / retirement talk pissed Tua. Now he's playing with the attitude.
Yeah.
That's funny right there.
Makes sense.
And then Jay also said, I've never been more upset with a win in my life. I wanted a top 10 pick. You see what I'm saying? I know Jay didn't want that to happen, man. Hey, I agree with him because they can't bring no one in DC, the Cowboys, unfortunately. So the only way for them to build their team is through the draft now. Yes. We still don't know what's going to happen with Parsons.
And the thing with the Commanders, Cowboys were down some key players.
Yeah. And
still went in there and won. I think they were down a couple of offensive linemen and still figured out a way to go in there and beat them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Commanders, you might want to wake up and get back going.
I mean, like, all right, so let me go back with the coaching on this one with the Cowboys, McCarthy. You think this win can, keep them in the coaching? But no matter what, DC, I think that he should be gone. But what is your opinion on that?
I think he's gone, man.
No matter what.
I think he's gone.
So he can win out the whole season.
I think he's gone, man.
He's gone no matter what.
He's gone.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a fair point right there. All right. Ready for next game right here, DC?
Let's go.
All right. Next game right here, man. We have the Chiefs at the Panthers right here. This was another game right here, DC, that it almost cost the Chiefs to lose, man. But the last minute field goal right here to win it. Final score 30-27. Kansas City wins on the road against the 3-8 Panthers, man. So Kansas City still got the #1 spot right there. But Mahomes played a pretty good game, man. He threw for 37, completed 27, 269 yards, 3 touchdowns. Who else had a good game right here? Bryce Young had a solid game as well. 35 for 21, 263 yards, and 1 touchdown. DC, what are your thoughts on this game right here, man?
Man, I kept watching the ticker on the bottom of the screen and watching the score, and it wasn't changing much. I'm like, my goodness.
Yeah.
Is Carolina really doing this today?
Yeah.
Against this Chiefs defense, I got Bryce Young. Man, his last 3 games he's been back. Man, he's looked a lot better. He's only been sacked 4 times in the last 3 games total. Yeah. So evidently they figured out something on that offense, and it's starting to work out for him a lot better. No turnovers against the Chiefs defense. So that was another thing I was looking at. But this Chiefs, this offensive line, it's going to be an issue with them going forward. It seems like they are going to have to figure this out. Because I think Carolina sacked them like 4 or 5 times. And that's the Panthers defense. Yeah. So you're going to get into the playoffs. There's going to be some other teams that's going to be a lot better than the Carolina Panthers defense. But the biggest mistake that Carolina made was letting the Chiefs get the ball last. Because once that happened, everybody watching. Yep. If you give that man the ball last
30 seconds, at least
he's going to figure something out, man. And he just happened to do it with a 30-something yard scramble. He is so good because you just don't know. He is the guy that he will scramble and have 1 foot over the line of scrimmage and still make the throw and complete it. And when the defensive player, that's got to be tough to defend because you stuck in between that. Should I blast him? Or if I touch him, they're going to throw the flag. Yeah. And it's a very hard spot for the defensive player to be in. And he's pretty much mastered that play because I've seen him so many times he runs up to that offensive line, the line of scrimmage, and let it rip. Yeah. And, you on the break as a defensive player because they're going to take care of him. But as far as that go, another close win for them, they're going to have to fix the offensive line. And they're going to have to get Pacheco back really soon, to go ahead and finish up that running game. But they won. That's all you can say. They're still 10-1.
So DC, sacks wise, the Panthers had 5 against Mahomes, and these QB hits were 8. And tackle for loss, they had 8 tackle for loss. So the defense was coming through, man, and the offensive line couldn't really protect Mahomes. Now, DC, to be honest with you, man, like a lot of people have a lot of concerns with the Chiefs. I really don't have any concerns with them, man. You know why? Because good teams like the Chiefs find a way to win games. Mind you, there've been a couple, 2-3 games that they'd had help from the referees from play calls. But overall, man, like it's teams like this, man. Like sometimes you feel like the whole game the Chiefs ain't playing the way that they should be playing, but they come, win games, they find ways, man. That's what good teams do. That's why you never can count them out, man. And I would never pick against the Chiefs, man, ever. So until I'm proven wrong otherwise, man, because it's like 5 years ago, man. You can't bet against Tom Brady, But now the Chiefs are the new Patriots now.
And the thing about it is, one of the scariest things about the Chiefs is the unknown. When that game is on the line, you don't know who's going to be the one that wins the game for. Mahomes don't care who it is. You can use Kelsey to get you down there to where you need to be, but just like in the Super Bowl, it was Miko Hardeman. And then yesterday it was tight end Gray. Yeah. I'm like, you just don't know who he's going to go to when he needs to make the play, man. And that's the scary part about it. You can scheme up stuff against Kelsey, D-Hop, or whatever, and then next thing you know, you got the third-string tight end catching a touchdown to win the game. It's just amazing how it works, man. Yeah. The unknown is the scary thing about that with Mahomes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's the thing, man. He doesn't need weapons. He could take either a young rookie or vet, but that they're known they're not gonna pay premium for a player, No. So the only player they got to worry about is Mahomes to pay every year,
That's it.
But But other than that, man, I think the Chiefs are, still the top dog in the AFC, man. So, yeah. Anything else from that game right there,
No.
DC?
No.
So, DC, so we're going to jump into the next game, man. Your Titans against my Texans. I'm going to let you go off on your Titans first, man. What are your thoughts on this game right here, man?
This was a exciting, sloppy game. I mean, all the mistakes on both sides.
Yeah.
It's just amazing me, but it still kept me on the edge of my seat watching them go back and forth like that.
Yeah.
A lot of coaching decisions that shouldn't have been made, and just it was the quarterback play wasn't that good from either one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Will Levis was like, "Here, you guys can have it," and he throws the pick six. But of course, Stroud he let two of them get away.
Yeah.
And man, we'll take the win because that this game is always going to be personal when these two teams play.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to throw the records out of the window. But yeah, we still got our same concerns with our offensive line, and I knew it was going to be a day. But Levis is used to this now. He 7, 8 sacks. He just rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
So we'll take it and move on, and we'll see what happens. Well, next time we play somebody, we'll probably lose by 3 touchdowns. But for this game right here, it's gonna, it's gonna be always personal for us. But and Levis, I gotta give him credit. He did make some throws. He made some throws, and there was a couple of them that he made that the Texans defense helped him.
Yeah.
So like I say, this was a sloppy, exciting game, man. It really was. Yeah. What do you think?
So DC, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The fact that the Texans made Will Mayonnaise Levis split mayonnaise, what I like to call him. If you haven't seen that commercial, if you know, you know, man. But they made this dude look like one of the top QBs from the AFC, man, yesterday. Mind you, man, yeah, he threw one interception, man, but damn, man, it was those little plays that made a big difference in the game. Those open, 20, 30 plus yard bombs he was throwing yesterday, and missed tackles by the Texans. I saw that D'Amico Ryans was putting the blame on the defense. And me personally, man, I feel like the defense did their thing, man. A lot of mistakes from the offense, in my opinion. If there was one side of the ball, blame it would be the offense because, this defense right here, we know that Titans, at least front seven, is pretty legit. Especially that defensive line. It's pretty legit. But and I'm going to tell you why they're legit. The Texans tried to run the ball 17 times and they only got 40 yards. And I don't know why the life of me, they only stuck with Mixon this whole time. Mixon only had 22 yards and Stroud had 18. What the hell was going on with that, man? That's one thing. Next thing. The receiving core, to me, was not clicking yesterday. The one that was clicking to me the most, it was Nico Collins, But everybody knows that number 7 is going to throw number 12 all the time. And the fact that, when Minchie stopped at that route, and mind you, that first interception that CJ threw, I feel like that wasn't on CJ. That was more on Minchie, if anything. But the second interception, that right there was all Stroud. I don't know who to blame. I really don't. And one thing for me as DC, the Texans are pretenders. I officially said it, man. These scumbags, if they go to the playoffs, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. They're going to go in the wild card game. They might win that game, whoever they play. And they're going to be the same old Texans as they were with Bill O'Brien, Kubiak, every pass, man. I feel like this team is fucking cursed. They can't get nothing right. I don't know what you want to call it, DC. The sophomore slump. You got a second-year offensive coordinator, second-year QB, second-year head coach. I really don't know where to point my fingers at, man. I really don't know at this point, man. I am done with this team. Yeah. DC, I don't know if you're wondering, man, if anybody out there was wondering, Alfredo, were you upset? I wasn't. You know why?
Why is that, Fredo?
Because we play in a sorry-ass division. Mm-hmm. I know we're going to make the playoffs. Yeah. I know we are. I just don't see the Texans being a threat in the playoffs. Yes. And I'm just mentally getting myself ready for that, you know, not to expect nothing from these Texans, bro, because it's gonna be the same thing we see every year out of these guys, man. We thought that this year, with the additional players, we're gonna jump in back to be a true contender in the AFC. And we're not, man. And now, DC, I'm questioning. I got to question the top now. I got to question DeMeco Ryans. Okay. Is DeMeco Ryans a good head coach, DC? I'm asking you this question.
I think he's okay, Fredo. I think he's okay. But, Fredo, like I told you last week, I think the Texans fan kind of put the cart before the horse. They had a great season. And a lot of the fans read too much into that season last year.
Yeah.
They weren't that team that the record said they were.
I agree with you.
You know, and it goes back to the division that they're in. That is the whole thing. But, yeah, as far as DeMeco, I think he's going to be okay. But, you know, still got work to do.
Yeah.
When they played the losses that the Texans have had, the loss to the Lions, they should have won that game.
Should have won it.
The Green Bay game, they had like 3 turnovers against Green Bay. And how do you find a way to lose these type of games? The second half offense for the Texans is non-existent. I think in the last 3 or 4 games, they've only scored a touchdown once in the second half. It's just non-existence, man, Fredo. And the thing about this, if you make the playoff race, think about this. You're only 2 games ahead of the coach. Thank God you beat them twice.
Yeah. And they lost yesterday.
Yeah. Y'all going to probably finish both 9-8.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's going to save y'all is y'all beat them twice. I'm looking at the schedule. Texans got Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. Then you got Miami, Kansas City, Baltimore.
Yep.
And Tennessee.
Yeah. So to like I said last week, DC, that Chiefs and Ravens game, that's a nail right there. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting that to be a nail no matter what. But I did expect to win against the Titans on both of them. I wasn't expecting even a split.
Yeah.
That didn't even cross my mind. Mm-hmm. But the one that I was thinking about we're going to split was the Dolphins, because I didn't know which Dolphins teams we're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Now, this Dolphin teams we see now, what do you think going to happen when y'all see them?
Exactly.
Yes.
So now, especially if the Dolphins win this next game, they're going to come in
absolutely
blazing, bro.
Absolutely they are.
Is this defense ready for it?
I don't think so, Fredo. I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying, DC.
I don't think so. It's not like the way Tua's playing.
That's why I thought this game right here, bro. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, look, the 2-8 going in here, the 2-8 Titans was not gonna be nothing too serious. Mm-hmm. I wasn't gonna put it over my head,
right?
But I was like, I know it's gonna be a close game,
right?
But the fact is that I thought, it's gonna be a close game, but we're gonna come up top. Mm-hmm. Nah, man. And you know, and you had the special teams, the kicker, Fairburn missed that damn 28, easy money. He broke the record for the most field goals in the season over 50 yards. Mm-hmm. He broke that record, but here comes the next kick and you missed the 28, bro.
Yeah.
You see, it's not consistency with this team. Mm-hmm. That's the problem that they lack on consistency.
Yes.
They're not consistent with play calling, holding players accountable. You know, I think it's coming down to that time now that I feel like the Texans just played down to the competition now, DC. Mm-hmm. It was like, all right, we got the Titans, you know, let's play down to their level, you know?
Right.
And like, I don't know why the Texans just, you know, they're really not a team that's bad, man, but they just can't come together. And that being said, man, they lost one of their primary safeties with
Petrie.
With Petrie, he's out for the season. He's out, definitely. Mm-hmm. So, you know, so now our secondary is doing weaker now, DC. Wow. So you got our old man Ward back there, you know, getting burnt. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, what can you do? The Texans right now, man, got identity crisis, and they're really like just playing just to like make face at this point. They don't have no heart. They're not playing with the heart. And supposedly they've been having player meetings, and that I feel like that's not helping. I think it's time for D'Amico to like name guys publicly now and hold them accountable. DC, but I mean, it's old Houston versus new Houston. We knew that that this right here was gonna be a game right here, man. But DC, I'm just fucking disappointed, man, on the Texans.
And Fredo, your offensive line still doing the same thing.
Laremy Tunsil
Still doing the same thing, man.
Laremy Tunsil, man.
Unbelievable.
Like
this far in the season, and he's still doing the same thing.
Laremy Tunsil did the same thing with the same thing we did with the Dallas game. You know, it's like his weekly penalty, bro. It's like we call it the weekly Laremy Tunsil penalties, man. I was like, man, it's like, you know, and like it's not just him, man.
No, it's not.
You also got Titus Howard out there making mistakes. And then also Mixon as well. Because of Mixon, that's why that touchdown got called back. Because I think it was a holding. And
Yes.
yeah, right.
With a legal shift.
Yeah, the legal shift. There we go.
Yeah.
And that's why he came back from Mixon, bro. I was like, God. And like I don't get it, man. I really don't, man. It's like you have your repeat offenders coming, doing the same shit they do every week, and then you always have this one player that nobody doesn't do effed up shit. You know, like Fairbairn, your Mixons. You know, this game right here, man, it should have not even been this high, DC.
Right. Yeah. Tennessee only scores about 15 points a game. You know. But my thing is this, Fredo, this twice in the last 3 weeks. I remember when y'all played the Lions, and I came in here and I said, I think these two teams may have just sat down and put out the blueprint of how to beat both of them.
Yep.
And it's going to be take away the run game. Now, do you have faith in Stroud to beat another team with his arm? When you come in and out and you take away the Texans' run game, do you have the faith in CJ to say he can go out there and win that game for us?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I really don't have any faith in CJ right now.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me as a Texans fan to even say that, bro, because the fact of the matter is, man, is that CJ is not looking like CJ like he did last year. This season alone, I know he's thrown more interceptions already than he has the last season. So you can tell that CJ is going through something. I don't know what exactly. But overall, I really can't put the ball in CJ Stroud right now, man. He's missing some wide open players, you know, and he's getting pretty close, man. Like he's being consistent now, throwing an interception almost every game now.
Yep.
And he's going to a bad pattern. He's not going in the right direction, DC. Yeah. So, like that's what I'm saying, man. Right now, the Texans have a big identity crisis right now, man. Yeah. They're doing everything wrong right now, everything possibly wrong. So, what can they do, DC, at this point?
There's nothing. It's going to be on these players to make up their mind.
Yeah,
that they're going to do this. Part of it is Stroud, the offensive line play is so bad. I think he's nervous before the snap. I think he's already worried before the snap, man.
Yeah.
His feet are not getting set. He's got happy feet. And I seen him doing that earlier in the season too. But for some reason, he's doing it again. And I don't know how you fix that.
Better offensive line, but you can't do that now.
Not this time of year.
Yeah, you know, that's out the question, man. But I got some comments right here from Jay. Are you really sick, man? I'm beginning to think he's not sick now. All right. So Jay said that Hollywood Brown's coming back soon from the previous.
I heard about that. Yep.
So he's coming back soon, and then he's saying also D'Amico needs to address the big players giving up on the defense. It happens every week. Right. I just said that. Houston's coming up schedule after the bye week is looking.
Yeah. So what do you think the chances are that the Texans do make the playoffs? What percentage? What number you put on there?
Oh, for sure, I'm gonna give it a solid 85.
85. Okay.
Make the playoffs.
Okay.
85.
So you don't think there's a chance they slip up against Jacksonville or Tennessee?
No. Like I really think that they're gonna beat those teams.
Yeah.
You know, but overall, I know that now they're gonna lose against the Dolphins. They're gonna lose against the Ravens, and they're gonna lose against the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen the coach schedule for the rest of the year?
No. So how's that looking like, DC?
They got New England.
Easy win.
Yeah. They got Denver, so they're probably gonna lose.
That's
that
a
one,
that's a loss.
more than likely.
Okay.
They got Tennessee. They got the Giants, and they got Jacksonville.
Okay.
So that's very easy. They can go 4-1 with that.
Yeah.
So if you mess around, you slip up, and you go 1-4. You know.
Yeah. 1-4.
Things could get nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now they're what, 2 games behind
Yeah, they're
us?
2 games behind right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got the tiebreaker.
That's what I said. That's what saved y'all right there.
That's what I'm saying. So right now the Texans can control their own destiny.
Yes. And the scary part is that if you make the playoffs, you probably got the Chargers or the Ravens coming in there.
Yeah.
The first game.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very, very tough.
Yeah. We got a comment from Average Man. What's up, Average Man?
Yes.
He's one of our loyal subscribers, man. Average Man says CJ has no confidence in his own line.
Yep.
He can like what he wants and he can do. So
Yep. Makes sense.
yeah, no, my bad. He said he can't play like he wants and he can't do what he wants to do. And also, Average Man has another comment that says Houston makes the playoffs by winning division and will host the first game. I said that.
Yeah.
And Average Man, I'm sorry to say this, man, and the Texans gonna lose a divisional game.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Especially with
Hey,
Petrie.
I wouldn't be surprised if they lose the wild card game. Shit.
Yeah, this loss of Petrie is going to show up come Sunday.
Oh,
It's going to show up right away, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be different.
Petrie, they use them more as the sneaky blitz, you know, so that blitz and package. But now that he's not going to be there,
Yep.
yeah, DC, it just the Texans right now, man. Like they're very suspect, man, and that sucks because I know they're dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
And they're dealing with identity crisis.
There you go.
So we'll see what's up. We see what's up. All right. So next game, DC. Now listen, if you got something right there.
No, just shout out to my boy Tony Pollard. Had a pretty good game.
Oh yeah,
he had a pretty good game.
he did.
He broke a lot of tackles.
Yeah, he
Made some
did,
plays.
man. Hey, DC. So let me ask you this, man. Well, you one more thing before we head out to the next game. Were you cheering on your Titans, bro? Because when I was watching this, I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
like I wonder how DC's reacting to
Yeah.
this, man.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
because there was a bunch of Titan fans over there.
I was screaming at the TV both ways. Happy and pissed off.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, Will Levis, he did all he could in that pick 6 to give it right back to y'all,
Yeah.
man. Oh, my God, look at here. But just so happened the kicker missed the field goal.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
I think the Texans might have just done that so we could keep Will Levis in the Titans. So we could keep him there,
You keep him there on the squad and play him every year.
So trying to get some screw him that future in
goodness.
Tennessee, man.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next game, DC. Next game we have the Broncos at the Raiders, divisional game right here. Broncos taking care of business, man. 29-19. So this right in here puts the Denver Broncos at 7-5, third in that division, depending on what happens today with the Chargers. And this puts the Raiders at 2-9, last in that division right there, DC. What are your thoughts on this game, DC?
Man, the Broncos defense, keeping them in there. It's going to be a very formidable opponent going from this day on. Sean Payton's got his quarterback. Bo Nix, he's going to be, for me, it's a tie for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I think that the way he's playing, he may just, when it's all said and done, he will be the Offensive Rookie of the Year, man. He started out slow, and he finally got it clicking. He's got Cortland Sutton out there looking like an all-pro receiver, man.
Yeah, for real.
I know the Raiders, but, man, the last few games, those two have definitely been on the same page, man. And it's good for the Broncos fans.
Yeah.
To have something to cheer about after what they've been through the last couple of years. But this Denver team is going to be a problem. They really are. If you can continue to play defense like that and then turn the ball over on defense and not turn the ball over on offense, it's a recipe for success, man. And I'm happy for Bo Nix, man. A lot of people wasn't excited about the pick when it first happened.
Yeah.
But of course, like we said, they played a lot of college football, him and Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
So it didn't take him much to get him up to speed, especially in an offense like Sean Payton. He's going to take care of the quarterback. And I think looks like he got the quarterback out that he wanted.
Yeah.
Even though they picked that later in the draft, he got the quarterback that he wanted. And they didn't have to spend a top 5 pick on it. So good for them, and they should be good going forward, man. They got some games coming up that I can't wait to see.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So let me ask you this, DC. The head coach from the Raiders, man. What's his name? Pierce. Pierce. Is Pierce gone after this season?
Fredo, I think he is, man. I know it. It don't sound like it should be fair, but fair is the place where you judge pigs. This guy, I think he's gone, Fredo. I really think he's out of here, man. 2-9. Don't know when they're gonna see their next win, so it's gonna be an uphill battle for him, man.
Yeah, so we know the success that the Broncos are having this year, man, and that's good, especially from a rookie quarterback, especially with the new head coach with Sean Payton, and we know that last year, that him and Russell Wilson just weren't connecting at all, man. But now that he's found his quarterback that he drafted, now it's looking pretty a good contendership, man. Like, if it wasn't for this division that we're in, DC, I think if they were like an AC South, man.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be giving Texans a threat for sure. Yeah. DC, but so that being said, man, like which coach can you see the Raiders hiring, when Pierce does get fired, man? Because the future of the Raiders, man, really, it's, ever since the owner has died, Al Davis, the Raiders have not been looking good, man.
Yeah. I think they're going to go out and go after a coordinator, somebody's coordinator. The 2 top names I don't think fit. And I would like to see Belichick go there, but the problem is, I think the ownership it's probably not going to work with Belichick kind of guy and Vrabel. Those guys, they both want certain things that a lot of owners that really don't, and GMs don't want to relinquish. So it's going to probably be one of these coordinators. It's going maybe somebody, one of these defensive coordinators, maybe like the guy from the Broncos.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they necessarily want that big name.
Yeah.
Too big of a name for them. They just want to keep somebody there, being the Raiders, and somebody they can keep under their thumb. Yeah. But they were smart. They would go out and hire one of those 2 guys, either Belichick or Vrabel. Yeah. But those guys are going to have their pick of whatever comes available, I think.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy in Detroit's going to probably get the first pick.
Yeah, Johnson.
So yeah. But I do think Pierce is out of there, man. I think they're going to tear the whole thing down. Everybody's going to be out of there, man.
Yeah. Jay's asking the question, man. Denver versus Houston in the playoffs. Who wins?
The Broncos. The Broncos, man.
Yeah. I have to agree with that, man.
That Broncos front 7 is going to give Tunsil and all them guys fits.
Yeah.
All those guys fits, man. And with Surtain locking down one side of the field, I would like to see him and Nico.
Yeah.
That would be a good battle to watch, man. But overall, I think the Broncos, it'd be a Broncos match, man.
Man, bro. Like, I really lost faith in my Texans this year, man. Like, man.
Well, you put too much in them.
Hey, I did.
Too much in.
I did.
But you're not the only one, though.
No.
See, you're not the only one.
No.
Ticket sale, everything skyrocketed at the end of the year.
Hey, man, look. Just like what I saw last year, man. It's like, man, there's no way they could be any worse. There was no way. I was like, all right, second year head coach, second year running quarterback, second year offensive coordinator. I was like, man, these guys should have new stuff, better stuff. Everything should be easy, man. Easy breezy, man. But no. Everything is even worse, bro.
Yeah.
This season should have looked like last season.
Right.
Oh, man, bro. Yeah, man, I could go on with the Texans, man. I mean, shit, bro.
But that Broncos matchup is a very likely matchup.
Yeah. I agree with it, man. Like, I really do. Broncos might get that last spot if they keep on doing the things the right way. Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately for them, they got the monster in that same division.
Yes.
So.
That's a problem.
So that's the problem right there. All right, DC, man, let's go on and go with this other game right here, man. We have the 49ers at the Packers. Final score 10-38. DC, is it safe to say that the 49ers are done for the year?
I'm telling you, they're done. They went in there and didn't even show up against Green Bay. He ain't like Green Bay, no world beaters. I understand Purdy didn't play, but we talk about all these other play callers. We talk about Shanahan.
Yeah.
He's been a little suspect here recently. You know, we give your guy Slowick hell and some of these other play callers hell when their team is not doing well. Shanahan, what's going on? Debo, what really?
Yeah.
Where was that at? I thought this was going to be a huge game for Debo when I seen that Purdy wasn't going to play. So I said, well, they finna run this through Debo and McCaffrey. McCaffrey, he out here fumbling, and did he have 65 yards rushing?
31.
That's it? 31 yards for the rushing.
Rushing.
And this is McCaffrey we talking about.
Yep.
Come on, Shanahan. You need to go back a little deeper in that playbook or start writing some new plays, because that's unacceptable for an offense like that with guys on the field like that. I understand you would, like I say, you down your quarterback, but that made no sense. Shanahan, you have got to do better with this play calling, man. You the one that everybody says, even including myself, have said that you're the best play caller, one of the best in the business with Andy Reid. And you're looking like this just because you're down a quarterback? This is what made Brock Purdy famous. Your quarterback went down and Purdy took over and it never looked back.
He was just third.
So I ain't expecting him to be Purdy, but I'm expecting him to at least put up more than 10 points. That's embarrassing, man. Embarrassing to the Green Bay Packers. Like I said, they ain't no world beaters. Yeah, you went in there and lost like that. You better be careful for your team start quitting on you, man.
So the fact is, man, that his Russian offense only had 44 total yardage.
And that's not a 49er rushing offense.
That's not, man. 49ers are run first type of offense. And the fact was that your Russian offense was under 50 yards. Unacceptable, man. And as a matter of fact, you still had your defense out there, and your defense give up 38 points to the Green Bay Packers, and Jordan Love did not throw a single interception. And this dude's been consistent throwing an interception every game. And the fact that is that he played a good, clean game. He had 2 touchdowns, and he only threw the ball 23 times. He only completed 13 DC.
Wow. And you lose to that.
So, really, now the 49ers, luckily for them, DC, that division really is only one game away from first place. Because you got Seattle at 6-5, you got Arizona at 6-5, Rams 5-6, and now the 49ers 5-6 as well. If the 49ers would have won this game, they would have been what? Second place, DC?
Something like that. Yeah. But that's crazy. But the 49ers have already lost to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I think they've lost to the Rams. So it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah.
And they lost to everybody in the division at least once. So it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah. And now we go to the other team with Green Bay. Green Bay is now 8-3 and third in that division. Hey, DC, is it fair to say that we might see 3 teams from the NFC North make the playoffs this year?
It's probably safe to say it. It was looking shaky there for a minute.
Yeah.
But it may be safe because, like you say, the NFC West only going to get one. So the Green Bay may slide in there. They may slide in there. But I don't expect any of them to create any noise. Even the Vikings, I wouldn't expect them to make too much noise. Yeah. And like I said, like you were talking about the 49ers, they done. They still got the Lions, Dolphins to play. Yeah, so that's going to be tough on the 49ers right there. And guess who they play this week, Sunday night? The Buffalo Bills.
Who?
So, yeah, it's going to be tough for the 49ers to make any type of noise. Yeah, so it's going to be a step-back season for these guys. Yeah, which I kind of had a feeling it was going to be anyway, so.
So, DC, is there anything else from that game right there you want to talk about?
No, but you got to pay Purdy next year. He going to get 60.
Man.
And I think they're going to end up letting Debo walk. He's going to be the man out.
Yeah.
Debo Samuel because of the contract. And it's going to be just Jawan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. And the other guy that's out, Brandon Ayuk. I think Debo is going to be a free agent.
Yeah.
About June, when the June 1st cuts come around, I think he's going to be a casualty, man, from the 49ers. Yeah.
So he's going to be a free agent, DC?
I think they're going to cut him. I think they're going to release him. Yeah.
Not unless if they find somebody out there, a trade partner.
Yeah, but a lot of people probably don't think Debo works in their offense.
Yeah.
I think he works in Shanahan's offense. And that's another scary thing when you get these guys that come from San Francisco. Their offense don't look the same.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't running the same routes and plays and concepts, so it can be an issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, man. Maybe we could use Debo over here in Houston. I mean, we run the same offense.
Yeah.
Our average man is commenting on this one. He says 49ers are done. And by the way, they beat the Jets. We lost to the freaking Jets.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. Average man, you're right, man. We couldn't even beat the damn Jets. Yep. DC, ready to move on for the next game?
Let's go, man.
All right, next game, man. We have the Eagles at the Rams. Sunday Night Football here, 37-20. Philly, man, just go in there, take care of business. But you know who balled out? DC, Saquon Barkley, 26 carries, boy, 255 yards. Let me repeat that one more time, just in case if you didn't listen. 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, my boy. Oh, A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. Make that shit look like chump change. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
The Philadelphia Barclays. Man, what a game. And it ain't like you playing on scrub front 7. The Rams is formidable up front. And he just sliced them up like a hot knife through butter. I could not believe that, man. The big playability. The big playability. We have got to start talking about him now in the MVP race. What he's doing is it's ridiculous. It really is. And this Eagle team is getting more scarier by the week. You know, we talk about the two-headed back in Detroit, but this guy can do what both of them can do.
Yep.
He's one and done. He can do it all. He doesn't have to come off the field. So it's man, I'm really looking forward to these two playing each other, man, in the playoffs, man. Can we almost just rewind it? I mean, fast forward to see these guys, man, because it's going to be some fireworks, man. And I think it's going to probably be a situation where whoever has the ball last. And the way the thing is going, I got to be honest, Fredo, I'm starting to lean more towards the Eagles.
Than the Lions?
Man. I got the way this thing is moving, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, if the Eagles front can get after Jared Goff or shut down that run game for the Lions, like I said about Stroud, it's going to be a problem. Because Jalen Carter and them boys ain't trying to hear it. Yeah. And the secondary is even playing lights out now for the Eagles. So it's going to be a problem when they play the Eagles. Unless Bo Johnson can figure out a way to scheme up some stuff. Because the Eagles coming, man. It's just coming, man.
DC, we know that the Eagles lost one of the defensive players with Graham. He's out for the season now. And they're saying that's it, that he might not even come back. 13 years with the Eagles, man. What are your thoughts on that, DC?
Man, it hurts, man. I'm sure he was the leader on that team. Yeah. He had planned on retiring after the season. Man, it just sucks to see a guy like that. Been pretty much a class act ever since he's been there. I never heard any really bad things about him, but it's going to hurt, man, not being out there on the field with those guys. It's a different thing when you're on the sideline and you can coach them when they come over there. But when you're out there in the trenches and you can make those adjustments live, man, that's a whole nother thing. So, yeah, he's going to be missed. He's definitely going to be missed, man. I just hope it's not too much on the defense. But the way Vic Fangio got these guys going, man, it's going to be very, very tough to fall off. They playing like they have a point to prove. Of course, we know Saquon got a point to prove. I wasn't good enough in New York. I'm about to show y'all what you got. And you know, Hurts and Sirianni been hearing, you know, all the noise. But once again, Sirianni is the guy that scares me with them. He's the one guy, man. He's still the one guy. He is still the one guy, man. So, but yeah, the offense is looking good, man. It's on all cylinders, man. They can throw the ball, but that Saquon is the one that gets everything going, man.
So, DC, I don't know if you know, man, like, you know how many total yardage Saquon has so far this season? He has 1,392 total yardage. Is he going to have the 2,000 yardage this season, DC?
Well, they got about 5 more games?
Yeah.
And he needs 700. He can do, I think he hit the 2,000. If he's got 1,300 now and he's got 5 more
He
games,
only has 14.
Oh, yeah, and he got, He'll get 600 more total yards. Yeah, before that.
Man, that's rare.
Yeah, he gonna get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the Panthers coming up. Yeah. That's another 200-yard day if they want. If they wanted to have
just
it,
run the ball
that's
all
another
day.
one. But yeah,
just run the field twice.
it's toughest one they got. They're gonna play the Ravens, so that's gonna be a tough one. But yeah, that's going. I think he will. I think he gets to it. Yeah. And guess what? They play the Giants the last game of the year. Oh, wouldn't that be special?
And remember that game they had the Giants in the first of the season, and that game was New York, right?
Yep.
And they benched him almost the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Nah, let the other guy, get his points, get
the
his
record
yards."
he broke last night.
Yeah,
they were gonna try to let him break it against the Giants. He said, "Nah, let the young guys play," and he broke it against the Rams last night.
Like, are you think he's gonna show him any pity? That the last game against the Giants?
No.
The big FU.
Hey, he ain't gonna hold back on that one. I can promise you on that one. If you ask him, do you want to go get it? He going to get it.
Well, what about the scenario is they clinch already, that they got the number 2 spot no matter what. Let's rest them up. What do you think?
That may be the case, but it's gonna be hard because, like you say, they only one game behind Detroit.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be very difficult to do. They're probably gonna be in the running.
Yeah.
And of course, you got Minnesota behind you 2 games or something like that. Depends on how those 2 teams. If Green Bay's coming on or whatever, they might want to play it all the way through.
So, the boy Jerron comment, he said Saquon is the MVP. Also, John Morrow should be allowed to slap Joe Segment in the face every time he passes him in the hallway. Oh man.
Yeah, the Giants, man, they got problems, man.
Yeah.
They got rid of the coach. I mean the quarterback, and it still ain't.
But you know what though, man? I feel no matter what, Saquon should have left the Giants no matter what. Either he got paid or not. We know that if he were to stay there, man, all that pressure would be more on him, expected, And I think because the 2 teams that were making a big heavy hit for Saquon was the Eagles and the Texans.
Yeah.
And I feel like he needed somewhere that had a good offense around him, and not him be the offense. And thank God he did, man. It just sucks that he went to your own divisional rival. But overall, man, the Giants fans have to go and see him in that Eagle green, unfortunately, and gonna remind them, hey man, I should have kept me.
Yep.
Y'all should have built around me, but
right.
I don't know, DC. Anything else from this game right here, DC?
No, that's a wrap, man.
All right, so we're gonna go to one of these segments of ours, man. DC, Thanksgiving's this Thursday, and there's a lot to be thankful. So we're gonna have a segment. It's gonna call the things that we're thankful for football this year. DC, what are you thankful for football this year?
I'm so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow. Jameis Winston.
There you go.
Let me tell you, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
We need Jameis to keep being good. The hell with Deshaun Watson. We need Jameis Winston to keep playing quarterback at the NFL starting. This dude needs a show, a podcast or something, man. He is funny. And the way he looked during that interview, man, he was in a whole nother world, seemed like. And that lady asking him questions, his answer had nothing to do with what that lady was asking.
His random ass thoughts.
Man. I'm thankful for the unsuccess that the Jets are having with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Mr. Dictator himself. They still, like I said, they found a way to get in the news, Fredo. They fired their GM on the week off. Really? You just couldn't stay out of the news, New York. So those are 2 of the main things, man, as far as football, man, that I'm grateful for, man. Yeah. Hey, Jameis is the meme king, man. Just keep putting him in front of that microphone, and we'll have memes for a long time.
Yeah. All right. Well, you took one of mine. The with the Jets. I'm happy to see them misery. One thing I'm grateful for is my weak ass division, and for the AFC South.
Yes.
I'm thankful for all 3 teams not having their shit together this year. You know, I'm sorry to have to go on someone else's misery, according to your, also your team, DC. I mean, but except for yesterday, all year y'all been ass.
Yes.
Except for yesterday, that one game y'all want to like show up, man. You just want to just, you know, punch us in our faces, and fuck it, y'all got us on that game, man. But overall, man, thank God for our weak ass division, man. To be honest with you, so. If there's another thing I'm thankful for, is that you know, I'm thankful that you know we you know that we get to do this podcast. But now I'm being sincere. Now I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for Steven and Jerron being consistent every year with this, man. But yeah, that's one thing I'm very thankful for, DC. But other than that, man, it's been very questionable so far. We're over the halfway point of the football season, man. Next week is week 13 already.
Yeah.
I mean, DC, man, we're only 4 or 5 weeks away from football being over, man.
5 with regular season.
Ah, man, bro.
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that, brother. And can you believe it, man? Like, I felt like we just did our fantasy.
Yeah.
You know?
And here we are.
And here we are now, man. You know, we're coming down to week 13 now, man. But what can you do, man? Time goes by quick when you have a good time, I guess.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, guys.
All right, so DC, are you ready to jump into those picks for week 13?
That's what I'm done.
So let's do it, man. So, of course, we know.
Did Jay send his in?
Who?
Jay.
No.
Okay.
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
All right. So we have 3 football games on this Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. If you didn't know, now you know. So we have the first game right here, Matt, which I think is could be one of the best games. The Bears and the Lions, and the Lions are favored by 11 points. Jesus. Go ahead and give me the Lions on that one, DC.
If Vegas say 11 points better, they 11 points better. I'm taking the Lions.
Yep. All right, so this one right here, man, unfortunately, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be a good one right here. The Giants at the Cowboys, and Cowboys are afraid to win this one by 4 points. Go ahead and give the Cowboys as well, man. Backup versus backup.
Sorry, Tommy DeVito. Michael, I'm expecting him to have another couple of sacks this week. That guy takes just way too many sacks in New York.
Yeah.
He needs to get rid of the ball.
Yeah. Hey, speaking about DeVito, what do you think about Baker doing the celebration like that?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Yeah, man, like people were making it a big thing.
That's Baker. That's Baker. Hey.
No. Like I expect the Baker to do something
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. That's Baker. That's what he do.
Yeah,
He do that. Ain't no big deal to me.
Yeah, but you know the reporters over there
Yeah.
trying to make they're trying to make everything to a fucking big deal, man.
Yeah.
Man, people need to calm down and have a sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah, and that Giants, man, can you believe that Malik Neighbors didn't have not one target the whole first half?
Oh, yes.
And he was upset about it too, man.
Yeah.
And he should. He should have came out and told him about that.
Man, he should have been upset the draft night, man.
The dude said, hey, it ain't on the quarterback. It don't matter who the quarterback is, or he's shooting slugs straight at the head coach. Yeah. So don't be surprised if Dayball get those
That's
walking,
another guy right
at
there.
the end of the year.
Yeah, that's
so
another
he's
guy.
going to get them walking papers. I promise you that.
That's another
He
guy.
out of there.
Yep. All right, next game, man. We're going to have that Thursday night football. It's going to be the Dolphins at the Packers. This game right here, man, I'm surprised that the Packers are favored by 3.5 points. You know what, DC? Go ahead and give me the Dolphins, bro. But damn, I don't know.
The weather.
The weather.
It's going to be, but man.
Yeah, there you go, Packers. I don't know.
Man, I think they figure out. I think Miami figure out a way to pull it out, though. I think Jordan Love gonna give it to him. He gonna turn it over. Jordan Love gonna give it to him. If they can keep the running back in check for Green Bay, then they should be okay.
Yeah. So I stuck with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We got Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah.
All right, bet. All right, and average man so far has got the Lions, the Giants, and the Packers. All right, average man. Yep. So and we got a Friday game, and on Prime. What do they call it? The Black Friday game.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the Raiders at the Chiefs. Chiefs are favored to win this one. 13.5 points.
My goodness.
Go ahead and give me the Chiefs, man.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
And we're back to the Sunday 1:00 games, man. We have the Chargers at the Falcons. Falcons are favored to win this one by 1.5. Go ahead and give me the Falcons.
Give me the Chargers.
You got the Chargers
on this. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have the Steelers at the Bengals. Cincy is favored to win this one by 3 points. And you know what? Give me the Bengals, man.
Yeah. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardinals at the Vikings. Vikings are favored to win this one by 3.5 points. Go ahead and give me the Cardinals on this one.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals?
Yeah, with the Cardinals.
Okay. And right now, Average Man has Chiefs, Chargers, and Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, we have the Colts at the Patriots. Indy's favored to win this one by 3 points. Go ahead and give me Indy, man, but go Patriots.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
Yeah. And we have the next games, Seahawks at the Jets. Seahawks are favored to win this one by 2.5 points. Go ahead and give me the Seahawks as well.
Yes, give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, man. Well, also want to see misery from the Jets. Then we have your Titans against the Commanders. And the Commanders are favored to win this one by 5.5 points. Go ahead and give me the Commanders.
They better win it. The Commanders, they better win it.
They need to win it.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Next game, we have my Texans against the Jaguars. And Texans are favored to win this one by 5 points. Go ahead and give me the Jaguars.
Fredo. Give me the Texans, man, because if they don't, it's gonna be some heads exploding, boy.
Man, they're gonna disappoint you, man. They're gonna disappoint, man.
My goodness.
Next game, we have the Rams at the Saints. Rams are favored to win this one by 3 points. Yeah, go ahead and give me the Rams, man. I'll take the Rams.
I'll take the Rams. The Saints have been 1-2 in a row since they got the head coaching change, but
Yeah.
I'll take the Rams in this one.
Then we have the Buccaneers at the Panthers. Buccaneers are favored to win this one by 6 points. Go ahead and give me the Bucks.
Give me that upset special, man.
Oh.
I think the Panthers make a run for it this week.
Really?
Man. I think so.
This
man.
last game?
Yeah, they gave it the last couple of games and gave it some hope. The last 3 games, I think because the Buccaneers defense is not that good.
Okay.
So give me the Panthers to pull upset this week.
Okay,
Man.
all
I
right.
think they get the job done.
So this game right here, DC, for I don't know why, but there's no spread on it right now because they got the Eagles versus the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas has that pick. Who is going to win this game? I think because they're waiting because the Ravens will play
Because
tonight.
they play tonight, yeah.
But regardless, give me the Eagles, and I say the Eagles win by 6 points.
This is gonna be interesting because what the Ravens do well is stop the run.
Yeah, but they can't stop Saquon Barkley.
But they won't be able to stop AJ Brown. So man, give me the Eagles. Yeah, give me the Eagles, man.
Yep, I like it. Sunday Night Football, man. Here we go. 49ers at the Bills. Bills are favored to win this one by 6.5 points. I think it's going to be 10 points. Go ahead and give me the Bills. It don't matter if pretty is there or not.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than they say it's supposed to be. That's 6.5. But yeah, give me the Bills. Give me Josh Allen. They got a whole week to prepare for these guys. Give me the Bills.
Okay. Next game, DC, Monday Night Football. We have the Browns at the Broncos. Broncos are favored to win this one by 5.5 points. Go ahead and give me the Broncos, man.
Yeah, give me the Browns. They got 2 turnovers at least.
Yep. And all teams are playing next week, DC. So there's no
buys.
No buys.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, DC. So that's how it is with week 12, brother.
That's it. In the books.
In the books, man. So DC, anything else, man? You got for us today?
No.
Tonight?
I think that's it, Fredo.
No? Okay. Steven, let's wrap it up, my friend. Thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast, man. Like always, please hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend about this podcast right here, which will be much appreciated. And we'll be back this time next week, every Mondays. Until then, have a great Thanksgiving. One thing in life I value is time. And please share your time with the loved ones in your life. But until then, see y'all next week. Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Alive!